Hey guys, I'm Maddie, and today we're going to be looking at the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Seamless Foundation. Alright, so this is the Hourglass Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation, and I have two different shades here. So this is the shade Shell, which says it's more of a neutral undertone, but I find that Shell is a little bit almost yellowy compared to Vanilla, which is the shade that I usually use, which is supposed to be a cool tone, but I find that the Vanilla shade looks a lot more neutral to me, and the Shell is just a little bit yellow on me. So this is actually one of my favorite foundations, and I'll do a quick swatch. As you can see, the bottle is a little bit dirty because I have been using it quite frequently. It comes with 0.84 ounces, which isn't a lot for a foundation. Usually they come with a full ounce, as you all know, but you can see it kind of instantly covered that scar that I had on my hand right there. And it gives a very full coverage while still looking very natural. You can just kind of see how seamless it goes into my skin right there. It looks really perfect. So what originally drew me to this foundation is that I saw a lot of people talking about it, and people were really excited because everyone loved the stick foundation. Of course, every YouTuber that I've seen talk about this foundation just like absolutely loves it. I personally think that it's a little bit thick and you only get 0.25 ounces, which isn't too much product for $46. I know the liquid retails for $56, which is quite expensive. I was actually saving my money to go buy this foundation, but my friend Ivan actually gifted me these two foundations right here, so I was very excited about that because I always really wanted to try this foundation, and when I got it, I was not disappointed. So everyone was talking about how amazing the stick foundation was, and then when the liquid came out, a lot of people were very disappointed. But on Hourglass's website and in Hourglass's videos, they said that half a pump of foundation is all you need with this. And honestly, I find that to be true, because if you use a lot more than half a pump, it's going to be far too much foundation for your face. It's going to end up looking cakey, and it does look pretty bad when you use more than just a pump to a half a pump of this foundation. So with this foundation, Hourglass says you don't have to use a primer with it. I find that they advertise foundations that are supposed to be a little bit more drying by saying that you don't have to use a primer, so I thought it'd be perfect for oily skin. If you have more dry skin, I feel like this might be a little bit too dry and get into the cracks of your face, but for my extremely oily skin, it works like a dream. So it says it's supposed to be full coverage while still looking natural. It says a second skin feel, which a lot of foundations are advertised as, but I really feel like it stands up to that. As you can see, like it just blends seamlessly into the skin and does kind of give like that second skin finish with just that little bit of foundation that I put on there. So as you can see, it's almost perfectly blended. When you go to this side of my hand where it's a little bit of a different color, you can kind of see where it's blended. It looks really nice and soft. And like the stick foundation, this foundation is also waterproof. It's supposed to be transfer proof and sweat proof. And it's also non-comedogenic, and it also has light reflecting microspheres that blur and create a soft focus finish. And there's not a lot of shine in this. Usually when they say like micro blurring microspheres, they usually mean like a highlighting finish, because a lot of people do use Hourglass's highlighting sticks as primers and really enjoy that, because when you do use a, well, I guess light reflecting or basically just a highlighter under your foundation, it will help blur your pores out, because that highlight under your foundation is really just supposed to like catch the light. What I've heard from other makeup artists is that a highlight under your foundation, it doesn't really blur your pores, but it just kind of like reflects the light on your face to kind of make it look like you have blurred pores. So I like how this foundation kind of achieves that without being like too shimmery or too highlighty. I find it does give like that natural matte finish to just look more like skin. It is more of an investment foundation, but the thing I like about this foundation is that you do only have to use half a pump to a full pump of foundation to use it on your face. So even though it only comes with 0.84 ounces, I feel like it'll take a while to use up this foundation. So I really do enjoy it, and I use it as my everyday in a rush kind of foundation just because it really perfects my skin without having to do much. I don't even have to wear powder with this foundation because I don't get oily when wearing this foundation, which is really rare for me to find. Usually if I don't get oily when I'm wearing a foundation, it's usually the Fenty Pro Filter foundation, which I find to be really drying on my skin, and that foundation looks a little bit cakey on me if I'm gonna be honest. For some reason the Fenty foundations just don't sit very well on my face, but this one just looks perfect throughout the entire day without having to powder it. So I love to just throw this on and then run out the door with just a little bit of blush or bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate that on my face right now, so let's go ahead and switch the camera. Alright, and here I am with no makeup on my face right now. I have nothing on, just a little bit of moisturizer, because they do recommend having some moisturizer on and then no primer, because it is a little bit drying, so you want some moisture on your skin. I've just used the Dr. Dennis Gross moisturizer. This is their hyaluronic marine oil-free moisturizer. It's also in a jar packaging, so it could get kind of gross in there, but that's not what this video is about. Let's go back to the foundation. So I'm just going to use a little bit more than half a pump, since they do recommend half a pump. I think right about there, then I'm gonna get the excess that's on the little dispenser right there. And I usually just dot this on both cheeks, the nose, forehead, and then on the chin, and if I have any extra left, I just kind of pat my face with it. And they recommend you use a brush that's dense with a little bit of flexibility. So the brush I've been using with it is this airbrush smoothing brush from IT Cosmetics. It's a little bit dirty right now, but as you can see, it's really dense, but has some flexibility to it. And I really do enjoy this brush for foundation. It gives a really nice airbrush finish, and it is really easy to work with in circular motions, so I do really enjoy it. But for right now, I'm gonna be using the Sigma F79 because it is dense with a little bit of flexibility as well, but this brush is clean, so we're gonna be using this instead. And what I like to do is just take the foundation and then just go in downward strokes at first. Like, I gather the foundation from where I placed it and then place it on the rest of my face. And now, as you can see, it's dispensed pretty well in the face. Now we can go and buff it in circular motions. I think the main reason a lot of people didn't like this foundation, because it does have 3.5 stars on Sephora.com right now. I think it might be that people are using a lot of this foundation because, as you can see, that tiny bit really just blurred everything out. I still have a little bit of blending to do, but it just looks so smooth and like my skin. I've really been enjoying it. And I'm gonna turn this ring light on because I kind of forgot to turn it on before filming, so now that's on. And I usually don't like using foundation under my eyes, but it says that there's some hydrating properties to this foundation, so I feel like it's fine to put under my eyes. And it also makes me not have to wear concealer. Like I said, I usually wear this on days that I just go out the door, so it's really easy to throw on and just look very natural without having to powder and still having a very fresh face of foundation. And see how I'm instantly like glowing? My skin looks so much better, but still very natural. I just need a little bit of blush to like kind of brighten up a little. And you can also see how pale I am right now. I almost matched the wall. All right, very nice coverage. Looks very natural, blurred out as well. And yeah, if I do need a little bit of extra coverage anywhere, I'll just take a tiny drop of it like before, like even smaller obviously, and then just apply it to any areas that I need to conceal, and maybe even a little bit more right around here, and then just blend that in. Now I'll go ahead and just add a little bit of blush as well. This is just the NARS Orgasm Blush, using the same brush that I used for the foundation, putting it right on the cheeks, a little bit on the nose, just to give some dimension to the face. And then I can usually just wear this and go about my day. It's just very natural, pretty fresh looking. And yeah, so I think that's about it on this foundation. It's definitely been one of my favorites right now, so I just wanted to share it with you all. And yeah, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and leave a like down below, and also leave a comment as well if you've ever tried this foundation or are interested in it, because I'd like to see your thoughts, because I know a lot of people don't like it, or maybe if it didn't work out for your skin, let me know. But yeah, I will see you all in the next video, and thank you all for watching. Bye guys.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so MatthewAJ can get a fucking chalupa. This is a MatthewAJ exclusive. Oh yeah, MatthewAJ.
We love you, Matthew.
We love you, bro.
Put that in the video. We love you, Matthew.